Welcome back. All right, so the Flyers came out today and finished this off, and for the Caps, this has to be the most alarming loss of the year. So we'll get into it because this game was just a lot of momentum shifts. The Caps wearing their new third jerseys. I don't think that's why they came out on the wrong end of this, but sure, you can track that if you'd like. Sanheim was scratched late, and I couldn't find why Sanheim was scratched. We'll see after the game if we find out what it was that got him scratched. But it was this random. By the way, Travis Sanheim's not playing and dropped the puck. Eller was in for the Capitals, and Couturier was in for the Flyers. Vrana was also added to the COVID list before the game, which I don't think Sanheim was, but we'll see. Couturier generated an early chance. Hart stopped Eller. Good chance for him. Shots were 3-3 at 5 minutes. Pretty evenly played start to the game and entertaining. Jensen with some shot blocking for the Capitals. They pushed then at the 8-minute mark. It looked like the Capitals were playing pretty darn well at that stage. Hart stopped an Eller shot as the game opened up. I also changed markers at that point for anybody paying attention. That marker was just dying, so I had to change it. I've made sure before this regular season started, I have enough markers to go through the whole season, so I don't have to worry about getting new markers. We'll see how long they last. They should make it through the whole season, though. Power play for the Capitals on a 2-minute on the ice call, and the Capitals get the goal. It's Ovechkin on the power play from Wilson and Eller at 11 minutes and 11 seconds. That's goal number 710 in the career of Ovechkin. Also, if you combine regular season and postseason goals, he's now passed Phil Esposito for 6th on the all-time goal list if you combine regular season and playoff goals. So there you go. More Caps pressure after the goal. Hart made some saves. The Capitals' fourth line was generating chances, and Hathaway had a really good chance during that. And then it's Tom Wilson. Wilson scores from Ovechkin and Backstrom at 16:36, and it was a highlight reel pass from Ovechkin. Absolutely beautiful pass by Ovechkin, and Wilson with the goal. And the Caps were in full control at that point. Put it right on the board. Caps are in full control. They were way ahead in shots. They had all the momentum. And then Scott Laughton at 18:33 scores from Gustafsson and Farabee. And it was a goal kind of out of nowhere, where it looked like the Caps were maybe going to, blow this wide open and the Flyers were done. But we go to the second period, and it's 2-1. And then early in the second, it's Laughton from Farabee and Van Riemsdyk at 2:29. And what started it was Orlov in the Flyers zone turning it over, and Van Riemsdyk to Farabee to Laughton happens, and it's a tie game. However, it doesn't stay tied for long. Hart stopped Ovechkin twice. Might have been 4. 4 opportunities for Ovechkin, and then finally Ovi puts in goal number 711. That's 2 goals for Ovechkin. We're not even halfway through the game, and you're thinking maybe he can catch Espo today or Tuesday. He scores from Backstrom and Wilson at 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Then the Flyers get a power play. They don't score on it. And the Flyers' power play today was not really a factor. Haig scores from Obe, Kubel, and Couturier, however, after that's done at 7 minutes and 50 seconds. And you find yourselves in a 3-3 game. Hart then stopped a chance from Dillon. There's a power play for the Flyers. It doesn't go. But James Van Riemsdyk, who has been on an amazing run, already with an assist in the game, gets a goal at 16:36. And it was top shelf far corner, but it was one of those ones that, to me, it looked like Vanacek probably should have stopped that. Now, I know Caps fans are saying, well, Vanacek's played too many games in a row. I'm not going to say he hasn't, but he didn't look sharp today. So the decision is made to put in Craig Anderson, which I thought was the right call for 2 reasons. 1, that Vanacek didn't look sharp, and 2, the Capitals had allowed 4 out of the last 5 goals. You're trying to change the momentum, and it works. Backstrom scored from Ovechkin and Wilson at 19:03. So at the end of the period, it's 4-4, and so for the Capitals, they just need to have a good third period. Third period. Couturier from Raffle and Braun at 31 seconds. And what's interesting with that is, after they put Anderson in net in the second period, there were no shots by the Flyers. So at the start of the third, that was the first shot that Anderson had faced, and it went in the net. I felt bad for Craig Anderson on that. I did. He hasn't played in a game, and they said months, and I'm thinking it's been almost a year for Anderson because he was on the Senators, and they didn't play anything in the return. So yeah, first shot on Anderson, but then Zdeno Chara with a 4-minute high stick. I did find it entertaining when they said, is it going to be 2 or a 4? And you can see, I think it was Couturier that was bloody. You just see the blood on his jersey. It's like, it's a 4. I don't even need to look. It's a 4, clearly. So yeah, it's a 4-minute. During that 4-minute power play, honestly, the penalty kill was fantastic. And Nick Dowd had a good day on the penalty kill. He had a good chance. And I don't think that 4-minute power play generated more than one shot. I think it had one. It might have had none. But it might have had one. So you're thinking, this could turn the momentum. Anderson stopped a chance from Hayes, and the question will be asked now, does Craig Anderson start the next game, or do they go back to Vanacek? Because Vanacek didn't play the full game. Do you go back to Vanacek next game? Backstrom line was dangerous every time they were on the ice. You could tell. Every time that the Backstrom, Ovechkin, Wilson line was on the ice, the play was generally in the Philadelphia end. Without that line, this game would have been an absolute slaughter. I know what the score looks like, but without that line, it would have been worse. Absolutely would have been worse. So, the Flyers, it looked like we're hanging on with about 6.5 minutes left. That they were on the verge of maybe another meltdown. And I'm sure there were Flyer fans watching this thinking, this feels like Boston. And it did. It felt like the Boston games. However, Laughton scores from Fairby at 17:51. So before we can really get into the discussion of when the goalie's coming out, Laughton makes it official. That is his first career hat trick. And so kudos to him on getting the hat trick today and finding a way to overshadow Ovechkin with 2 goals. The Capitals then pulled the goalie with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. You guys know what's coming when that happens. Sean Couturier with the empty net marker at 18:38. And yeah, the Flyers win this one 7-4. They go to 8-3-2. The Capitals drop to 6-3-3. Now remember, I'm updating my power rankings daily. So yes, the Capitals absolutely take a little bit of a dive off this one. This was an alarming loss of a game where they were up 2-0. They were up 3-2. And then they lose 7-4. And it's at home as well. So they'll play Philadelphia again on Tuesday. And we'll see if there's, I don't know, defense in that game. Very wide open game. But there were a couple of goals by the Flyers that I'll say both Anderson and Vanacek probably should have had. So the shots in this one favored Washington in the first and the second. 15-8 in the first and 15-6 in the second. And then in the third, Philly outshoots Washington 9-7. Final shots 37-23 for the Caps. Power plays, Philadelphia 0-4, Washington 1-1. The hits, that favored Washington as well, 21-11. So they outhit them and they outshot them. Carter Hart saved 32 out of 36. I thought he played well. I know he takes a lot of flack when he allows goals because it's kind of what happens in Philly, but he thought he played well. Vanacek, 10 saves on 14 shots for a 714 save percentage. Anderson saved 6 out of 8, which is a 750 save percentage. So overall, it was a rough night for the goaltenders, a rough afternoon, I guess, for the goaltenders in Washington, and they'll be looking to improve that next game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.